it takes me back. Hello everybody, welcome back to JT O'Malley 9681 LPs. I'm your host, JT O'Malley 9681, and this time we are going to be doing some Let's Plays, starting with the Oregon Trail for the Apple II computer system. Now, with the Oregon Trail is a educational game. This is way back in the 1980s, when I was in elementary and middle school. So, basically, with the Oregon Trail, it was back in the 1800s when you were setting foot out to Oregon. You know, you had to use your wagons and your oxen and stuff like that. And basically teaches you how to survive back in those days. There are also little ways that are kind of like you get to hunt and stuff like that. You can get sick, and you have to stop and rest and stuff like that. You have to know when is a good time to set out on the trail and all stuff like that. Awesome sauce. And so let us learn about the trail, shall we? You have to go by keys. Try taking a journey by covered wagon across 2,000 miles of plains, rivers, and mountains. Try on the plains. Will you sloth your oxen through mud and water-filled ruts, or will you plot through dust 6 inches deep? How will you cross the river? If you have money, take a ferry, if there is one. Or you can ford the river. Watch out, or you may be swallowed alive. And supplies? Well, if you're low on food, you can hunt. You might get a buffalo. And there are bears in the mountains. Awesome sauce. At the Dalles, you can navigate the Columbia River, or you can just take the regular route to Barlow Road. If for some reason you don't survive, your wagon burns, thieves steal oxen, blah 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 blah. Try and try again until you reach top 10. Well, we're not going to be doing that, but... And here's this whole thing. A lot of video games had this kind of thing. To adjust the colors and stuff like that on your monitor. Excuse me. But I'm not going to adjust anything. Control S key, you may turn this to blah 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 blah. Awesome sauce. Okay, we are going to be playing this game 3 times because I want to show you what it's like having all 3 of these choices. Let us learn about these choices. As a banker, if you're a banker, you'll have more money than a carpenter or a farmer. However, the harder you have to try, the more points you deserve. Therefore, the farmer earns the greatest number of points, and the banker earns the least. We're going to start out with a banker. Okay, the name of our wagon leader is going to be none other than me. JT O'Malley, and there we go. Sorry it took so long with that. Okay, we're not going to have actual families. I'm going to use YouTubers. Dave's going to be second in charge, which is Dave the Usher. Red Clock, third in charge. C-Rad the Barbarian, which I'm just going to put C-Rad. And AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Is the names correct? Yes, awesome sauce. Going back to 1848, and it looks like it too, doesn't it? Yes, this thing loads pretty fast. Alright, we don't want to start too soon, we don't want to start too late. Or you attend the public meeting, you are told if you leave too early, there won't be any grass for the oxen to eat. If you leave too early, you won't be any grass. If you leave too late, You may not get to Oregon before winter comes. Aha! Clues right there. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to leave in April. Okay, before leaving Independence, let's go to Matt's General Store. You need all these kind of supplies by the bald-headed person who looks kind of like Howard Finkel from the old WWF going into WWE, and then he got his clothes ripped off by a bunch of divas, if anybody remembers that. Let's see. Oxen. We need some oxen. Look how much money we get. $1,600. There are 2 oxen and a yoke. Or we have it in an omelet or something? I never understood that. Why do they call it a yoke? Charge $40 a yoke. Let's see. There are 2 oxen and a yoke. Let's go with 5. We'll have 10 oxen. 2. As a banker, we will get 2,000 pounds of food. Starting off. 3 sets of clothing. You need at least 2 sets per person to charge $10 each. Let's go with 12 here. 4 with ammunition. We don't need much ammunition. Let's say each box has 20 bullets in it. Let's take 4 boxes. It's only 80 bullets. That's all we really need. We don't even need that, to tell you the truth. And spare parts, let's get the maximum. You can only have as much as 3 each. Of wheels, tongues, and axles. $818 left. Nice. Spacebar to leave the store. Good luck. You have a long journey ahead of you. Now loading the wagon. Yeah, I'll play more of the music throughout in my other runs from being a carpenter and a farmer, but not in this first run. The carpenter, I'll play full music. The farmer, I'm just going to skip the music and stuff. Okay, let us go ahead and change our pace. We want to go at pace number 2. We don't want to push his oxen too hard right now. Okay, food rations. Let's go with filling. Seven is attempting to trade. We don't really want to do that right now. I don't want to try to do that yet. Let's talk to some people. Attempting to trade and stopping to rest and hunting for food takes each day. Every day you want to rest, it takes that many days. You want to hunt, that's a day. You want to attempt to trade, that takes a day. You know, it just depends on what you want to do. Okay, Traveler Miles Hendricks tells you, did you read the Missouri Replication today? Says some folks start for Oregon without carrying spare parts. Not even an extra wagon axle. They must think that they grow on trees, eh? Hope they're lucky enough to find an abandoned wagon. Ooh, that's a tip. Alright, let's talk again. A town resident tells you, some folks think that 2 oxen aren't enough to reach Oregon. 2 oxen can barely move a fully loaded wagon. If one of them gets sick or dies, you ain't going anywhere. I wouldn't leave with less than 6. Ah, it's another tip. Sometimes they'll end up saying something really stupid. A trader named Jim tells you, better take extra sets of clothing. Trade them to Indians for fresh vegetables, fish, and meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide at river crossings. Expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated. Aha! See? I'm going to be talking 3 times. Okay, we don't want to try and buy supplies, so let's look at this map and think about it. That was Where in the World's Carmen San Diego television game show on PBS. Do y'all remember that TV show? Oh man, I used to love watching that when I came home from school. Then they went to Where in Time is Carmen San Diego, which just sucked. I didn't like it. They used the same chief, but Gregory was no longer in it. Neither was Rockapella. I mean, I just hated that. And I wanted to be on that show where Underworld's coming to San Diego. I wanted to try and be on it, but my mom would not even let me even try, which sucked. Okay, well, here's the map. I hope you can see the cursor. Start over here and blah, blah, blah. They got all the mountains, the rivers. Man, everything. It's a pretty good looking map for this kind of graphics back in the 80s. Awesome sauce.